Hello and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be something different. With Halloween fast approaching, I thought I would do a bit of painting. But this is our canvas. A pumpkin. I know lots of people will be carving them, but I don't actually like carving them. I don't like the feel of it. I don't like dealing with it all, and it takes forever. So I've done painting on pumpkins in the past, but it's been a long time. So I thought, what better time to do it than in front on the camera for all of you. So I have got my pumpkin, got a selection of paintbrushes that I don't mind using on the pumpkin, pen to do the design, palette, and acrylic paints, if you can see that. Obviously I thought I've brought everything kind of close. Kitchen roll, because we all know I'm a messy little so-and-so. Yeah. So my idea is to do a bat on my pumpkin. I might just start with the big bat and then some little bat shapes around, but we shall see how we go. Also, because I'm filming, I'm going to be painting with it that way up. So who knows how I'm going to get on with that. Excuse my messy acrylic palette. It's quite good because this is a tip this is something I found out. If you just lay the acrylic on, you can peel it off later and it's a lot less messy. So you can thank me for that tip later. So, as we've just seen, pumpkins are going to roll. And let's get started with sketching out my design. I've got biro for this. This is the Pilot Eco ball pen that came in the scrawler box. I thought it was probably going to be the best kind of pen to draw on the pumpkin with. Probably if you wanted Sharpie or something like that, you could, but I wanted something a little bit less intrusive, shall we say. So let's see how this turns out. It could go well, it could be a complete disaster. Let's get started. Okay, that is our starting point. It is very rough. I'm very much aware of that. Not as easy to draw on the pumpkin as I remember. But, hey, it's fun. And at the end of the day, that's what this is all about, having fun. This is not going to be an artwork that gets displayed in a gallery. It is me having a bit of fun with a pumpkin at Halloween. So, let's sort out what paints I'm going to need. Oh. Now I think the paints I've got are quite matte from what I remember. These aren't the acrylics I use all the time, but I didn't really want to use my very nice acrylics. Don't think we need those, but never mind. These aren't very easy to see in the box, so that's what's taken me a bit of time to sort out. There it is. Right, so I've got white, I've got black, I've got grey, I've got green because I've got leaves on there, and I've got a couple of browns because I've got a branch on there. So I'm going to start with the grey. Obviously with acrylics you don't have to work light to dark, but the reason I want to is because I don't want my bat to be all black. So I'm going to start with the grey and then add the black in quite sparingly afterwards. We'll see how it turns out. But, you know, as I said, having fun. So, need quite a bit. Also, I don't know how well this is going to stick straight on because I can't remember if last time I did it, I mixed glue in with the paint or not. So this is all a learning curve for me. Okay. So, let's put down our base grey. That's kind of going quite well, but you need quite a thick coat to block out the pumpkin. But you don't want to watch me do this in slow motion, so I am going to just speed this up for you and then come back when we start on to the next part, okay? Okay, so that's the basic grey layer down on our bat. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, and I don't know how long this is going to take to dry before I can add the next layer. So I'm actually going to do the brown on the twig while I wait for that to dry. I have just noticed that the pen has kind of gone into the acrylic paint a bit, but we should be able to cover it up, this acrylic. Yeah. I don't know how dark to go with brown. It's going to be at night, isn't it? So, fairly dark. Let's go raw umber. Which hasn't been open for some reason, so I'm not going to fiddle around with that because these paints took me ages. No, none of the browns are open. Fun! Where's my lighter browns? Please be open. Nope. Okay, let's try an open one. Give me 2 ticks. Okay, that's brown opened. So professional this, isn't it? Don't need a lot. Don't want to waste it. Use a different brush. Can't remember what I did with the others. Oh, there they are. These brushes that I'm actually using actually came with the acrylic paint, so these are meant for that. Right, let's get our branch painted. One less thing to wait to dry and we will see how I get on with this design, because I don't want this video to last like 3 hours, which is what it's looking like it may do at this point in time. Okay, is this going to be still damp? I think I probably start to add some more details in. We'll see how badly it goes. So I'm not going to go straight to full black. I'm going to mix some in with the grey and do it in layers, if that makes sense. Should do. It's not too bad. I'm trying not to put my hand in lots of paint. Okay, what I've found is I'm having better with less paint. So you might see a bit of the pumpkin through, but it's not actually the end of the world. Otherwise it's too thick. It's just not going to dry or stick to the pumpkin. So I've taken quite a lot of paint off. And it seems to be a bit better. So I quite like the way it's gone with the different greys mixing in together. So I'm going to let this dry for a minute or two, and then I will come back to you to carry on with it. Okay, see you in a minute, which for you will be a second. Okay, it's not dry. It's not been that long. But I'm going to try and put some just basic bat outlines around while we're waiting for it to dry enough for me to finish off the details on there. So I have got some source images kind of up, but you can't see them, mainly because I don't know what the copyright on them is. These are literally just like outlines of bats that I thought might be cool to have. Obviously I can't go too far over. These are going to be smaller than our main bat. And these are all going to be like solid black, so. Just really simple shapes. I am just doing it really basic because I can hopefully go over the pen a bit. I've just got some little backs there, so I'm going to get some black paint and fill those in, I think. Work out which side's best to go first. So I'll fast forward this bit while I paint the bats in. Okay, So there's my little back design. And less paint is definitely better because that's nearly dry. Whereas my lovely bat here is still very wet looking. So not as wet as I thought it was going to be, but well, we're doing alright. So I'm going to try and put the white in for the eyes because I want that to dry. So I can put the black on, and then I might do the leaves. Well, we're still waiting forever for this grey to dry. At least we've all learned a lesson that less is more when it comes to painting on a pumpkin. We all know that's going to be all the advice we need for the rest of our lives. Okay, bats aren't completely dry. With how this is looking already. I don't know what's happened there with the pen coming through. I don't, because it's more blue than it was before. But hey ho, we'll see what happens. I'm wondering if I can start adding some black in if I'm just really gentle with it. Yeah, it's kind of tacky rather than runny now, so yeah, let's give it a go. Just smudge my bats. No, it's not dry enough on that side anyway. Right now, I'm going to stop it again, filming, and I'll be back with you in a few minutes because it really does need to dry. It's taking forever. And you don't want to sit here looking at me, looking at a pumpkin drying. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back again. It's drier than it was. I think I can make it work. That's why you can see there's probably a little bit extra than when I left you. And I have got to stop putting my fingers in the paint. So I'm going to keep it this way around because I can then hold on to the stalk. I'm just going to try and add some more detail in. So let's see how we get on. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. I may have to add a few bits on away from this video. But I'm actually not too unhappy with it. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's kind of cute. And it's painting on a pumpkin. Remember, this is for fun. Art is meant to be fun. Doesn't always have to be perfect, as I kind of show you most of the time. But yeah, it's a good activity, but less is more. That's something I've learned. Let the paint dry. Another thing I've learned. So yeah, I mean, you could do this with anyone. You could do it with children. If you don't like doing the messy carving out thing, paint on your pumpkins. So, I would be very grateful if you could like and subscribe this video. All my social media links are in the description, because I am remembering to put them there. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with this project. If you have got to the very end, then please put in the comments totally batty or something like that. But yeah, happy Halloween, and I will see you soon for another video. Goodbye.